Back to the Future 2. So, Back to the Future is a Robert Zemeckis movie. I think it was like 89 or 90, and I remember seeing that movie when I was a kid and thinking this is the dopest movie of all time. It incorporated some amazing things. It incorporated Michael J. Fox. For whatever reason, I just thought Michael J. Fox was the shit. And he probably still is the shit, but I just thought that he was just the coolest motherfucker ever. I thought I was Marty McFly, man. I really just connected with that character. And then it also dealt with something that I have always had a huge fascination with, which is time travel, which is the concept of time traveling. If you can get past the whole idea that it is fucking impossible. I'm not trying to destroy your dreams here, but time travel is impossible, because if time traveling was real, then we would have fucked it up. I've talked about this a lot with the butterfly effect. I know it sounds like a fucking broken record, man, but Butterfly Effect could be one of my favorite movies of all time, because it deals with the concept of, if you were to go back, every little change that you would make could potentially have drastic outcomes. A quick example of this is, let's say that you got into a bad car accident that completely changed the course of your life. Well, what if you didn't have toilet paper a couple hours beforehand? You didn't have toilet paper on the roll, and you had to do like this little crab walk out into the, to get more toilet paper, and then you wiped your butt and you washed your hands, and that extra like 15 seconds or whatever, however long it took you to manipulate that, well, that means that you wouldn't have been at that little cross street when you got hit by that truck, and then that would forever change your life. So a little small thing like not having toilet paper, that little change could completely change your life forever. There's lots of variables. So I love that. I love the butterfly effect, and I love the concept and the idea of, time travel, which is impossible, because if it was, then we'd just keep on going back and then rinse and repeat, and the world would pretty much explode. And I know that seems like a complex situation, but, as a kid, you can't really wrap your mind around that. I just love the concept of time travel movies, and it just fucking interests me. So Back to the Future, the trilogy, was dope. And so the reason why I'm even bringing this up, obviously I talk about movies and stuff like that. The reason why I'm bringing up Back to the Future 2 is because today, if you did not know, today is the day that in Back to the Future 2, when they time travel, they actually time travel to this date today that's currently. So a lot of people have been looking at it and be like, well, what are some things that Back to the Future, Robert Zemeckis, and the Back to the Future crew, what are some of the things that they got right? And what are some of the things that we just don't have yet? And what I mean by that is, like, the movie was made in like 89 or 90, so they kind of had to guess, just assume what it's going to be like in the future. Some things they got right. Some things they got, like the Skype, or you know what? I'm going to take a different approach. I don't think that it's something that they got right. It's some things that us as a society and with technology that we got correct, or we've caught up to, because I think all the things in Back to the Future eventually are going to happen. It just, have we made those technological strides to make those things happen? So the world's really just based around, can we be as cool as Back to the Future 2? We don't have the amazing self-laces. We don't have the hoverboards. We have like these little personal Segway things, but that's not the same thing. I want a fucking hoverboard, man. I want to hover. God damn it. We don't have flying cars. We definitely don't have time travel, and we don't have the goddamn pizza, man. What I mean by that is, we don't have the pizza that's the size of a hockey puck that you're able to put in a little oven thing, and it like completely zaps, nuclear microwaves it, and it makes a beautiful, amazing pizza in like 5 seconds. And they had that in Back to the Future 2, but they apparently didn't. Let's get this plan. Now, upcoming right now, I'm gonna stop talking about Back to the Future for a hot second, because I want you guys to see this shot. And when I was streaming, a lot of people didn't even see this. They're not even paying attention to the A-dub. But I thought this was fucking dope. What? Sit down, Sheboygan! Sorry for getting loud. Sorry for waking up your neighbors. Let's look at that. Super slow-mo. Got him, coach. Got him! but you know what I mean? Like they talked about some of like the pricing, like what things cost or whatever. And in a way, they kind of got that wrong because they told them to go get a soda and it costs $50. It doesn't quite cost $50. And have you noticed that like the value menus at fast food places, they haven't really increased? Like there's certain things that don't increase, like value menu stuff. Like it's still going to be $1, like the dollar menu. Even though the dollar menu is kind of going away now, it's like the $2 menu. But they also like the price of weed hasn't really gone up. Especially with inflation. So if you think about it, the price of weed's actually gone down because inflation's gone up, but weed stayed the same. If you really, really ponder that. One cool thing, and I want to get this, is that the magazines and the newspapers and stuff like that in the movie kept on changing. And USA Today, in an effort to still be relevant, they actually released the actual headline from the movie when they crash into the thing in the water. They actually released that. I think that's pretty cool. If you haven't seen Back to the Future 2, watch it. ONLYUSEmeBLADE. Peace. Buck Grease. Bye. So scheduling's never really been a thing of mine. I make plans, don't do it, whatever. And I recently purchased a 4K television. And I know you're thinking, Blade, this is a Sunday Hill commentary. Why are you talking about your goddamn TV, man? I got the whole ordeal, a whole process of picking out a fucking television and finally having a television. Like a new one, a new fresh one. You know what I mean? I did a previous video about this. And I guess it looks bad because I'm doing a commentary about televisions. But trust me, it'll lead into stuff. It'll lead into stuff. Don't you fret. But Sunday, it's weird, man, because I feel like of the shows I get off cable, I don't really like marathoning stuff, man. I like marathoning stuff, certain shows, but like a lot of times I have certain shows that I'm into that I watch, and we just have to fucking sit back and wait and do, you know what I mean? But I feel like if you marathon something, that you're not getting the full benefit of it because it's not something that's become like part of your life. All you're doing is you're just fucking cramming it into this one short experience, okay? I'll give you a good example, the show Breaking Bad. I watched Breaking Bad from episode 1. I happened to be flipping through the channels and I caught it and I'm like, this show's fucking dope. And so from day one, I watched Breaking Bad as it unwrapped, like, what was it, like 5 years or some shit like that? And I think like the last season, he fucking knifer. I think it was like the last season, you know, it got into a situation where, you know, a lot of people were like, oh my God, he's just such a bad guy. But it was such a gradual thing that as I got to know Walter White and as I got to know Jesse and as I got to know these people, I was just like, I wasn't even really tripping on it, right? But then people like to fucking marathon it, you know? So I feel like if you watch a marathon show, have you ever thought about this? Like, let's say you're marathoning a show. If that was a live show and you wanted to get up and like make a sandwich or something, you're gonna pause the show if you really like the show, but you don't do that when you're marathoning because you're just trying to get it all in. You're just trying to fucking just go through it. You know what I mean? Like, if you've ever watched something on Netflix, there might be a time when you're like, oh shit, I was on episode 2, but then I missed episode 4. Fuck it. I guess I missed a couple episodes. They'll catch me up. And you're not really tripping about it. So I'm not... It's the same thing with people. It's better to get to know them over time than it is to try to just squash every single piece of download information that you have into it. I'm getting too deep, man. I know that a lot of times people want to stay in the shallow end. I'm getting a little bit too deep. But let me get on this, okay? So the scheduling of it. Sitting back on Sundays, I feel like all my shows. Do you ever, like, when you finish a show, you're just like, fuck, I finished that. I'm never watching Breaking Bad again. Doesn't mean it's a bad show. I just don't think I need to sit through a long-ass episode of fucking Breaking Bad and watch him slowly. I am the one that not. And it's just like, fuck, dude, okay, we get it, dude. Like, it was cool the first time around, but do we really want to relive that? I think like it's better to like absorb stories and not to have to like relive shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, the reason I bring this up and the reason why I started off this commentary about scheduling is my scheduling sucks, and it really stupid when everyone they say they're like, man, just do a goddamn Sunday Chill commentary already, Blade. What the fuck? So, what is this? This is we're Sunday chilling on a Tuesday. I'm gonna leave the Sunday Chill commentary thing up there, but yeah, I've changed things around. I literally am trying to do similar things that I repeated or did or schedules or whatever from back in like 2011, because that's when the shit was fucking dope, right? So I'm watching my new TV, right? I'm watching my new TV, and I'm spending a lot of time watching it. And what I'm trying to do is I go through these phases where it's 4K and it's 3D, right? So in order to get the 3D, you need to have the Blu-ray player, a nice HDMI cable, 3D TV, glasses. And then, like, you have to have, like, a disc or something. So I've got the Jurassic World, decided to watch that in fucking 3D. And it's just like, you're sitting there and you're watching and you're like, okay, this is fucking sick. This is what you work for moments like this where you're like, this is fucking dope, you know? And then, like, I'm going, okay, I got a new 4K TV. What can I watch this in 4K? And I find myself, man, watching, like, the only real stuff for whatever reason in 4K is, like, fishes and coral reefs and deserts and worldly shit and motherfuckers jumping out into waterfalls and, like, nature shit and, like, fucking, you know, reptilians and shit. So it's just like, but I'm not going to sit there and watch reptilians. The only reason why I'm looking at that is because it's the only goddamn thing in 4K. Like I said, let me get back to it. The reason why I even brought it up is because not only do you kind of reach a point like, okay,
our fat friend left.
We are picking when you have a new TV and you want to fucking do it, you want to like absorb it or whatever, you pretty much say, okay, what do I need to get this and this and this, and you get all these things set up and you're like, finally I'm watching 4K. And then as you get there, as I have all the things that, in order, okay, not getting deep, literally getting nerd technical on you. Currently at this moment, the only way to get 4K programming, there's a couple different ways, but the main thing is through like your TV, smart TV thing, where you can, you have like Netflix that's like part of the television, like it's in the TV, and you have certain shows, there's like 10 shows on there. Then there's like Amazon Video, and then there's YouTube, there's some YouTube videos that are done in 4K. So if you want on the TV, those are like your options, right? And just like, first off, like I said, I'm not watching fucking Breaking Bad, so I end up watching this fucking show called Bloodline, and I'm watching it, and it's in fucking 4K, and I'm thinking like, okay, I'm watching it, but then you realize it's just like, the content, what you actually see, it's funny to call it 4K content, because the 4K content, there's no real content there. I don't mean like there's no 4K content there. I mean there's nothing inside of it. It's a pretty pie, but there's no filling. You know what I mean? Like, because over time we talk about graphics. Graphics are going to get better and better and better and better. And when it's fresh and when it's new, you're like, oh my god, that's so dope. It's so new. I've never seen it so crisp before. I've never seen it so detailed before. I can see their soul. And it's just like, but, you know, honestly, why is the pretty 4K content, why is all that stuff, why is there nothing there as far as like a story goes? Why is there nothing there as far as like a rewatchability goes? Like, I put in Dead Presidents. And what you end up doing is you're not actually watching the show, you're watching how filthy your TV looks. You know what I mean? It's kind of the same kind of concept as you're not... I put in Dead Presidents, right? Dead Presidents, awesome movie. Not a super popular movie, so like the DVD version is shit. And I put that into a upscaling fucking Ultra HD Blu-ray player that will take the thing and fucking upscale it so I mean, I will admit Scarface did look pretty dope on Blu-ray when it was upconverted or whatever. But like, you know, it's weird taking like you take like if you ever notice the stuff that's in 3D, the stuff that's in like Super Blu-ray, there's not much content to it. Just it's just really pretty. And then like I took a thing like Dead Presidents, which is a fucking amazing movie. Where, you know, back in the day when I first watched it, I was like, okay, this looks nice, this is dope. But now it looks like shit. And it's just like, do we just go, okay, well, fuck you, Dead Presidents. I don't want to watch you because even though I know you're good, you're not the shiniest of things. You're not the brightest of things. You're not the fucking most detailed, most eye-gasming. I watched fucking Jurassic World. I couldn't tell you a motherfucker's whatever the dude's name is. I couldn't tell you his name. I couldn't tell you the kids' names. I can't really tell you shit about that movie except for it was fucking badass to watch. For real. I literally watched the movie twice. I watched it in Blu-ray and then I watched it in 3D. And I can't tell you a goddamn thing about that movie. I really can't. All it was me just looking at it going, that's fucking sick. That's fucking dope. You know what I mean? That's all I could fucking just think. I'm like, that's really cool. And I feel that what happens is that you...
I know, right? That's it.
So what do we want? Do we want something that looks amazing? Like, we can use this with games. Do you want something that looks amazing? Or do you want something that is amazing? Not necessarily the cosmetic looks. Obviously, as new games come out, they're going to try to have the best graphics possible. That's just something that's required. They call it like an industry standard, okay? But like, I feel like we're so focused on how fucking dope something looks, but not on the functionality of it actually being good. Does that make sense? I tried to watch Dead Presidents about 5 minutes. It was all letterboxed, and it was just like, no way I'm fucking watching this grainy piece of shit. I got a fucking 4K TV. But I've often thought, like, man, what if we do that same thing with other things in our life where we go, okay, so we're going after the fucking prettiest, most eye-gasming, visually pleasing, encompassing. I've never seen some shit like that. It's so foreign to me, the beauty of it. But then, like, we don't even give a fuck what that beauty is. If you look at the fucking content that is available in 4K, I don't know I'm bringing this up, but you know what though? At one point, 1080p was the new shit, and the only thing we got. I remember being at Best Buy when 720p was the new thing, and they showed a fucking roller coaster fucking video over and over and over again. I'm like, that's pretty fucking cool. Let's watch this roller coaster clip over and fucking over and over and over and over again. It's just like, you're not really showing nothing. You know what I mean? So like, we get caught up in what's fresh and what's new to us when we're not really benefiting from the actual what's inside of it, if that kind of makes sense. And then we take actual good quality stories and we don't even fucking watch it because it's not the new pretty fucking thing. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy, dude. It's fucking crazy.
I'm going to try hard.
And
I'm going to try hard.
I don't know. I just kind of wanted to speak on that because it's the same kind of concept with collections. Like, I used to collect DVDs, and it was more of this thing where I was like, oh my god, you have people come over, and they're like, oh shit, you have a fucking... Have you ever been to a house where somebody has like over 1,000 DVDs? I think that's so fucking interesting. But really, the thing is like...
I fucking love you.
Now, things are changed. Now, there's things like with a new TV and how we consume content. There used to be people with massive movie collections. There used to be people with massive CD collections. You know what I mean? People would collect shit that was dope. And they're not collecting it as a collector side. They're literally like trying to build up a library. And now everything's fucking online, digital. And I get it, and we're going that way, and you're not going to make me spend money on a physical copy when I can download the movie or get it on Plex or whatever. It's just not going to happen, man. And it's the same way with the downfall of fucking music.
Oh my god, Blade, you're fucking
there's still some dope-ass music, man. When people still stay focused, they still make some dope music, man. When people still put all the outside bullshit aside,
they might have the cameras and do all this stuff to make a dope-ass movie, but they're not worried to make about the prettiest thing. They still want to make it look pretty. They still want to make it, you know, look nice. Shit like that.
I love Blade.
But, like, we forget, they feel like it's just this cookie-cutter thing. They're like, okay, this is the best thing. We do this, we just film this, and we do that. And just like,
2x4.
the only thing that really fucking lasts is stories and impressions that you leave on people.
No, you
That's
didn't.
the only real thing that fucking lasts, not how fucking pretty
That's
it
okay,
is.
though, 'cause I'm still, like, about
And so I kind of took a step back and realized, I'm like, I'm watching fucking fishes, bro. I don't give a damn about fish. I don't even like fish. People be like, I think a fish tank would look dope in a house. I've always thought fish tanks were awesome looking, but at the same time, I'm like, fish tanks stink.
Because you're
And what am I
only
gonna
using blade.
do?
You
I'm gonna
can
fucking
blade
walk
it,
up
only
there
use blade, you're
and look at some
fucking
fish and be like, oh,
legendary.
you're some fish? Yeah, there you go. What? No.
Yeah?
Same kind of concept. Like, when I was over at this dude's house and we were watching fucking, like, we were doing something, we were just watching the news, seeing what's new in the world. And this guy had over 1,000 fucking
Can you edit
DVDs.
me in there?
And I'm thinking, like, you're not actually watching that. You just want to have that so you can look at it and be like, oh my god, look how many fucking DVDs. Look at how I've painted my wall with randomness. If that makes sense.
Oh, dude, Jojo, that's awesome.
So what is up, guys? ONLYUSEmeBLADE, and a lot of people ask me all the time, Blade, how do you get the gifs to pop up? How do you get, you know, YouTube videos to play while you're streaming? This isn't going to be a tutorial on how to fully stream. This is just going to be a quick tutorial on how to use what's called the CLR browser and how to add images and how I make it pop up on the screen when I'm streaming. So this is OBS, obviously. This is my source. I just made a clean one, which is just my face, just my beautiful face. And what we're going to do is I'm going to quickly show you how to add just a GIF, or first we're going to do an image, then we're going to do a GIF, and then we're going to go full advanced on you, show you how to add a YouTube video. If we're just going to add an image, I'm going to go add, and then see where it says image. Click on that. I'm going to call this baby toss. Boom. Then we're going to hit browse, and then we are going to play baby toss. Boom. So whenever you add an image, it's going to be up in the upper left hand portion of the thing. This is an old school picture of me throwing my nephew to my brother. I throw babies. That's what I do. So if you hit edit scene, you can see how this little red line goes around it. You can make it as big or as small or whatever, and then if you click on it, you can move it to wherever you want it to go. Boom. So that's pretty much how you add. It's real simple. That's how you add an image. And then, like, let's say for whatever reason I'm playing, I'm doing my thing, and then all of a sudden something happens where I'm like, you know what would be really appropriate? A picture of me throwing my nephew in the air. Oh, you can spam it, do whatever you need by clicking the baby toss thing. So now that's how you add an image. Now what we're going to do is now we're going to add a GIF or a GIF or whatever you want to call it. Let's do Piggy. All right, so we're going to go browse. Let's see here. So once we hit that, this is a random GIF of a pig running. Oh, it's adorable. Like I said, it always puts the upper left-hand corner. You can click on it and move it to wherever you want it to be. And then with GIFs or GIFs or whatever you want to call it, they repeat. So if there's ever a situation when I'm playing and I'm like, oh, you know what would be super hype right now? A GIF of a pig running. Boom. You can just click on it and it'll show up. Boom. Obviously you can resize it, do whatever you need to do. But there you go. So now the last thing and the most common thing is, how do I add YouTube videos? How do I add YouTube videos to it? Before I do this, I do recommend that you, unless you find like the perfect length hypeness of a YouTube video, I recommend that you download a YouTube video or take a video and edit it to exactly what you want it to show up. So when you're ready, like right now, I'm going to go, I actually have this pulled up. This is a YouTube video of a dude at a keyboard getting super duper pissed off. Okay?
hype. There's no sound on this one, but obviously, if your YouTube video has sound, it'll show up in the CLR browser thing. So what you do is you actually just take the YouTube link, copy. We're going to go back down to OBS. We're going to click right on here under sources, go add CLR Browser. Now, CLR Browser is a plugin that you need to download. I'll put a link in the description where you can get that. But once you have it installed and you restart your OBS, you'll have CLR Browser in your list of choices. Go CLR Browser, and we're going to call this Rage. So you take that YouTube link that you've copied, and you put it right here in the URL. Boom, boom. So now the YouTube video is going to pop up right here. So you can obviously resize it, do whatever you want, and in order, but obviously when something like this happens, you don't want all this white YouTube stuff around it, right? So I'm going to restart it. What you're going to do is you're going to hit your Alt button on your keyboard, hold it down, and then you click on the corners, and you can resize it. And so you can cut off all that extra little nonsense that you don't want. So I hit Alt. I'm actually going to restart it real quick. So Alt there, and I might actually want to take off the little gray border thing just because of how that YouTube video is set up. So now I just have this. I'm going to restart it. So now you can click it, move it, do whatever you want to do. You can resize it. And so imagine if I'm playing and then someone does something in the game where they're camping or whatever, and I'm like, fuck you, die in a fire. I can hit the rage on them. Now let me kind of show you how all this works while I'm actually playing. So let's say we're at the Twitch thing. Okay, so obviously there's a lot of stuff kind of going on. Normally the game would be behind there, but let's say I'm in a situation where some of my chat's talking crazy to me. I can hit him with the Joe Dirte. Boom.
Hey, you're talking to my guy all wrong. It's the wrong tone. Do it again, I'll stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
And then click off of it. And then, you know, if someone says something really, really stupid, I have just random gifs, random things.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Or I can just do like a GIF, which is you can leave on and constantly repeats. And there you go. So as you can see, I actually have a ton of GIFs because I'm the GIF king. But yeah, that's how you add. That's how you add YouTube videos and GIFs and pictures, pop-ups on your thing. So, you know, just sitting here and playing, that's cool. But I mean, if someone donates or subscribes, I want to fucking hype them up. You know what I mean? I want to hype them up. So I'll do something. You guys in my stream know this, but I might hit them with the boom. It's probably hella loud, but donation hype. Let them know rain money on me. Yeah. So now you know, knowledge is power. Pop up. Now you know, knowledge is power. I throw babies in the air. ONLYUSEmeBLADE. Peace and butt grease.